Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, honey. We about to get into Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, you guys have waited long enough. I was gonna come on camera, but I just, girl, I couldn't do it. Don't be mad. Like up the video. Like up the video, girl. We about to go ahead and talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, another episode is back. Another episode that was just, it's all right. It looks like the second half of the season is really going to give us more. We shall see. But I'm feeling away. I'm just feeling away that so far it's giving mid. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about the season so far. It's giving me, it's okay, but it still leaves us a lot to talk about. I feel, even though, I don't be rushing to have to review it. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, girl, let's just go ahead and chit chat about this doggone show. So, Sheree, y'all know Sheree is letting us know that she has fibroids, right? She's not interested in getting any type of surgery, but she does go to this acupuncture location. Okay, I don't know what that's supposed to help with. I don't know if it's stress, relieving stress from the body, if it's supposed to help anything in that vaginal area. I'm not really sure the reasoning behind her going. I've never experienced acupuncture, so I'm not sure. For those of you guys that are aware of it, go ahead and leave some down in the comments and educate the people that's not necessarily familiar nor have been through the acupuncture process. Okay. But when Sheree goes, she said that she's not interested in being cut on, but you'll go and let them cut up your nose and put another little piece on top of it. Like, I'm a little confused. You don't want to go through the surgery over there, but you'll go through the surgery of mutilating your face. I cannot. It seems like every little thing that the lady was doing to her body with the acupuncture, she was poking her with different needles, and Sheree over there just jumping all over the place. And I'm like, you really doing too much. Like, how can you doing too much? The lady wasn't even poking her at times, and she just felt like she was poking her. I'm just like, girl, you are just you're becoming a bit annoying. You over here afraid to be cut on, even though you will be under anesthesia or whatever. And I understand it's your body, fine. But when it comes to this acupuncture, girl, you afraid of being poked with a little needle, but you'll sit over there and let your cosmetic doctor or whoever poke and pull and at your nose. That's what I'm a little confused at, girl. Your nose was fine. You were fine. Do you hear me, Sheree? And you done went and got that clown nose like Martell wanted you to. So anyway, I feel a way about that. You looked a mess when they switched up mid episode, girl. That's what was getting me. It's the fact that we started out with the original Sheree, and by the end of the damn episode, we ended up with the new Sheree. I cannot, girl. In the confessional, oh, it was a major difference. It wasn't no subtle difference. You know, a lot of times people go get their nose jobs and they try to get this subtle thing. I think Nene was the one that could have gotten it was clear she got a nose job. She ain't like her nose. I think she was like trying to make it smaller. And then one time, I guess she didn't want it to be too small. She tried to make it a little more bigger. Like, Nene was the one that went and got, her nose done or whatever. And then Sheree tell Nene to fix that face. Ain't that's what she said? First, you said this lady she should have got her motherfucking teeth fixed, okay? And then he said they're done. They're done. Then you turn around and tell this lady to fix that face. And then she went and got that nose. And then it seems like fast forward, you went and got that same nose. Like, girl, what is going on? I hate that for you, Sheree. And then it's you talking about how your glam baby looks like you. And I'm like, well, she'll look like you now. You made sure she wouldn't look like you when you went and did all these alterations to your nose. Like, girl, what? Girl, I just cannot stand it. Girl, I'm be talking about this nose for a minute. I thought that it would, grow on me, but girl, it's gonna take a long periodically time for that nose to grow on me. It seemed like it didn't take that long for it to grow on you the way the doctor put it up there. But girl, I just Sheree, you could have slowly, merged us into this. You ain't have to just hit us with a whammy like bam, look at this. No, ma'am. And you can't even take it off. At least the clowns can take their nose off, girl. I can't. You're stuck with the clown nose. We'll be seeing her get her work done on it by next year. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell y'all. Give her some time. She's gonna be changing that nose. And I don't want to hear nobody hopping in my comments trying to say, Jamie, you shouldn't be talking about that lady nose. No, bitch. Scoot to the back, moonwalk to the back is what you can do, because y'all should have been telling her she shouldn't have been up there trying to get that work done on her nose. So don't tell me not to talk about it when she went and did it. Okay. Period. Let's keep going. Not Marlo. Marlo over there talking to her manager about her date and how she ended up no, I think he texted her good morning, beautiful. And, she also showed the beautiful roses that he gave her. But here's the thing for me, bitch. I cannot stand good morning, beautiful text. I think it's so lame, and I think that is so fake as hell. And I feel like a lot of dudes that send good morning, beautiful are not genuine, high key, and they copying and pasting that same message and sending it to multiple hoes. I don't like it. Any dude that has sent me good morning, beautiful ain't period. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when me and my man first was getting to know each other, I think he may have said good morning, but he ain't say no good morning, beautiful. And I was so glad because he ain't do a lot of shit that a lot of the other dudes did. And I can really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Or he was just different, and I appreciate that. But girl, this shit here, good morning, beautiful. Don't text me this shit. Girl, I was watching Tammy Roman Unfaithful, and that conversation came up, and Tammy was like, "Oh, I hate that. I hate when niggas say good morning, beautiful." I said, "Okay, Tammy, so it's not just me. I wish you was there to tell Marlo that shit." Okay, but anywho, so all I'm saying is with this good morning, beautiful, I don't know if this man can fully be trusted. We shall see. Okay. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about this guy. Now, Sonya is getting ready for her charity event. Y'all know she needs an auctioneer. She's doing something with Mommy Nation, which is like a brunch for mommies. And I have been giving Sonya some flack. I have not been really feeling Sonya this season. It's not that I don't like her. I just ain't really been feeling her. Right. But I will say this Mommy Nation brunch, I think it was pretty dope in my personal. You know what I'm saying? This whole charity event. And if she's honestly going to do what she said that she's going to do with the donations of money that she said, I think that's pretty dope. Because I'm sure a lot of moms, single moms, struggling moms could really use that, especially during today's time, y'all. I was looking at something and I'm seeing so many and I'm saying retail because that's what I saw. I don't know about corporate locations or any other, field, but there are a lot of retail stores that are closing the hell down. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hearing that Bath and Body Works. We know Bed Bath and Beyond is about to be out of here. Bye Bye Baby's about to be out of here. Actually, I believe Overstock ended up purchasing Bed Bath and Beyond, so it's only going to be like an online company. So they're about to merge, but instead of the website continuing to be called Overstock, it's going to be called bedbathandbeyond.com. So they just gonna pretty much merge it and adopt the name of Bed Bath and Beyond. I guess because Bed Bath and Beyond has been around way longer than Overstock. But the moral of the story is that I'm really trying to get at is a lot of places are closing. Bath and Body Works are closing quite a few of their stores. This in the mall. Oh girl, it was a lot of Journeys, they're closing some of their stores. Even Walmart is closing some stores. Like her, it's a lot of places that are closing stores. And yeah, you hear that like, oh, they closing stores, but my mind then goes to the employees because I'm like, that's a lot of employees that don't have jobs. And I really refuse to believe that a lot of jobs are out here hiring. At one point, it was this whole conversation where they were like, y'all need to get up and go back to work, go back into the office, go back in this, that. People don't want to work, blah, blah, blah. People don't want to work for less when everything else is continuing to go the fuck up. That's the problem. But I'm also noticing that y'all not really having them same conversations no more. And high key, it's giving these companies wasn't really hiring. They was just using these now hiring signs to make it appear as though that's what they was doing. But they weren't really hiring folks for real, for real. But anyway, the point that I'm getting at, some people may have lost their jobs. Some people may just not make enough money and may need help on the rent. And they may not need help the whole year. They may just need help on like 2 months to get them caught up or whatever the case is. So I do think that what it is that Sonya is doing with this charity, I will give her that. I think that's pretty dope, in my opinion. Now, she's supposed to have a woman that's supposed to be like hosting the auction portion of the show, the auctioneer, but of the charity event. But unfortunately, she got COVID, so she won't be able to do it. But then her helper out of nowhere suggests Kenya Moore out of all people. I say, yeah, production must have put that in her ear. Because I'm like, how do you, out of all people, suggest Kenya Moore? Why not suggest one of her good Judys that I'm sure you've met over everybody, which is Marlo or Sheree? Why not mention one of them? So I was really surprised that Kenya Moore's name came out of her mouth. I was like, oh wow, okay. But anywho, Sonya was kind of worried about it because she was like, they was like, what we got to lose? Sonya talking about her dignity and friendship. Yeah, possibly. And why would you say out of your mouth, Sonya, the first thing is you would lose your dignity if Kenya Moore hosted your event? What the fuck is that? I don't know. I don't really like what you said, and I may not be saying the accurate word that you said, which was dignity. But it still makes me look at you sideways, but you want to form a friendship with this lady, but it's like, how can you don't like her for real, for real? I don't know. Some about that is a little off, but either way it go, I do believe that she goes along with the idea and the suggestion of the ladies because she's desperate right now, right? So Kenya over there working on her Kenya Moore hair care commercial because she didn't get a chance to perform at Magic City Classic like she wanted to. So she decided to take the entire dance routine, all of everything that she was going to bring to the field. She brought it to a commercial, right? Kenya, I just want to know, is this video or this commercial going to be low budget in the same fashion in which you tried to label Drew's ass? And you know, when you're using a green screen, and if people don't know how to properly edit, girl, it's really giving that it could potentially be low to the budget. All right. So I'm just wondering, no, ma'am, I'm just wondering because you was over there talking about Drew. And we just want to make sure we keep things fair. All right. So you'll tell me, where is this commercial going to be showing? Is it going to be showing on the back end of Bravo? Is it going to be showing on your Instagram, or will it be on a network? Okay, let me know because it might give a piece of low budget if it's only on your Instagram, but you over there trying to throw shade at your good friend Drew. Don't do her like that. Don't do her like that. You know, Drew be feeling a way about her singing and feeling like she can't really do it. So she needs all the support that she could get. Okay, but anyway, I just had a question for my good girl, Miss Kenya. Now, while Kenya was there, of course, Sonya does call her and ask her if she would be a part of the charity event and ask her to be a host. And of course, Kenya agrees. Kenya said, I got you. And I do think, honestly, it was a good idea because Sonya wants to forge that friendship with Kenya. And Kenya said, we're going to have to see as we progress and move forward, then, you know, only time will tell whether or not, you know, I can really trust you or whatever, right? So with that being said, you know, I think this is a good opportunity. But Kenya, I'm disappointed because I really like you. And I do not like that every episode I be having to get you together. I do not like that. I like being more on Kenya Moore side than anything. So can we get back to that, please? Because you got me over here defending people that I don't want to defend. And I don't like that. But I know you gotta do what you gotta do for the show. But let's fix it. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, so Mayetta on the phone with Roy. She's letting Roy know where she and Kenya are, and Roy's gonna stop by, which he did, and he brings them some food and all of that. He meets baby Brooklyn. Now I have a few things to say. Roy, I'm tired of you showing up for Mayetta because it's not giving that you're showing up for Kenya. Okay? No. I'm just telling you how it is that I feel. And I feel like you show up more for Mayetta than you show up for Miss Kenya. Okay? Last time you called Mayetta gave the phone to Kenya. This time Mayetta's like, you on your way? Yeah, we here. Da da da, blah blah blah. You pop up and you bring something. I'm a little confused because Mayetta is playing the role, in my personal opinion, y'all thoughts. I feel like Mayetta is playing the role of matchmaker still. But if you let Kenya tell it, they've already progressed in the relationship and getting to know each other more, so much so that she brags about him being good in bed. So with that being said, I just kind of feel like if he really knew where Kenya was filming and she told him where they were and what was up, he should have popped up on the behalf of wanting to surprise Kenya because he had talked to Kenya versus wanting to surprise Kenya because Mayetta called him and told him to. Something that y'all see what I'm saying? And I know how I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if it's coming out exactly, exactly right to where I can get y'all to understand. But I'm not liking the initiative that is taken because it seems like it's taken only on the behalf of Mayetta. So it makes me question the true interest that he has for Miss Kenya. Kenya allows him to meet her daughter. Let me tell y'all something. I told my patrons when we watched this together, I told them this motherfucker was gonna flip his goddamn wig. Do you hear me? And when I say this MF, I'm talking about Brooklyn Daddy. Don't want to watch his daughter when she in the same state as him, but also don't want no other man watching her speaking to her too. That's what ain't NIGGAs do. And I also feel like that's another level of trying to control as well. But baby, listen, that man met Brooklyn, and when he left, he made sure he stopped by Brooklyn to say bye. Okay. And I said, Mark is gonna cut the fuck up. Next thing you know, girl, come Monday. What's today? No, today Wednesday. So come like Tuesday, I think. What did we hear? We heard that Mark is wanting Miss Kenya to be held in contempt. Yeah, held in contempt because she had Brooklyn on a show that was near a fight. First of all, a fight never happened, Mark. A fight did not happen, but there were some aggressive women outside of Kenya's door that Kenya had absolutely no control of, in my personal opinion. Okay, now she may have left those ladies, but they didn't have to come up there to her door, beating on her door, knocking on her door, doing none of that. That's just what I think. Now she could have handled it better before she went upstairs, but that lady came back. She went straight to her daughter, and it was what it was. So he's gonna try to use that against her. And I don't think the judge is gonna go for it. You know, I just really don't. But I also feel like that's the excuse he using. But I also feel like he got wind of the fact that Roy met his daughter and he didn't like this. And now because of that, if he can't get Kenya held in contempt, he gonna try and see if he can push the issue again. He either gonna push it to where the daughter can't be on the show, even though the judge has already approved that Kenya makes all decisions when it comes to television opportunities. When it comes to this little girl, she just got to notify him, but she don't need his permission, right? Either that, or he's gonna try to implement something else in the divorce paperwork, kind of like what Mel and Martell may have, where I think it was you can't stay the night or something like that. Somebody else had a divorce recently. I think it was Tia Mowry and her husband Corey. I think they can't introduce their kids to the person they're dating for either 6 months or a year or something. There's something in place when it comes to that, to where the person they're dating can't meet their kids. And I feel like Mark is going to try to implement that, especially after seeing this. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't implement it, because Kenya may feel the same way. Like, I don't know that BLT. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her around my kid. You feel me? I don't think that's something she has to worry about, because according to Kenya, he barely gets his daughter anyway. So it ain't like it's something she would have to worry about. However, if that's something that she wanted, I don't blame her. So I mean, if that's what he want to do, fine. But understand what motivated it. Hello? Okay? It's Roy. Yikes. But let's keep going. So people are saying that Cynthia Bailey showed up to this. And what they did was Bravo cropped Cynthia Bailey out, from what I'm hearing, but they made sure to show Roy show up. They also cropped Nene out at one point, right? Bravo, what the fuck is y'all doing? Are y'all trying to ruin the franchise or something? Or is Cynthia about to pop up as a friend on the show on another franchise? Is she finna go to Beverly Hills or something and just miraculously end up being Garcelle's friend over there? Like, what is going on? Like, why would y'all crop that lady out? I'm a little confused, because if y'all needed more time to show us Miss Cynthia, y'all could have cropped the BS out with Sheree doing all that damn hollering over some acupuncture, or y'all could have cropped out some of Marlo scene just so we could see more of this. Excuse me, y'all could have cropped out some stuff with Sonya so that we could see more of Cynthia. It was just gonna give us a few seconds. Like, why did y'all crop that out? I don't know. Maybe it was something going on with contracts that we ain't known about, and they ain't had no permission to show that lady. Who knows? Anywho, so Drew talks with her sister, her oldest sister, and what we learned is that they're 20 years apart. And y'all, I love relationships like that. It might sound a little weird, but I like Reginae, and I always bring up Reginae and Toya. Her baby girl Rain, they're probably about the same distance apart, 18, 19, or 20 years. They're close. I love the fact that Drew and her sister are close and they're 20 years apart. I just think that's so freaking awesome. And I feel like that's because the parents made sure that they have that type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even though you're 20, you older than your sibling, you living your life and da 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 or whatever. So that's crazy. They 20 years apart. So that means I don't know the age, because her sister talked about being in an abusive relationship at the age of 22. So I'm not sure how much older. I'm sorry. I'm not sure the age of Drew's sister versus her, but I'm wondering. So when Drew was like 2 years old, you were like going through this abusive relationship. I'm just kind of wondering that dynamic. But she did open up and she talked about that, because y'all know she ended up taking that mental health break as she needed, because, you know, with the pandemic, y'all couldn't work, you couldn't go out, you couldn't do certain things that you want to do. It left you in a space where you probably was in your head a lot. And, you know, she started going through her mental her mental, I don't want to say breakdown because I'm not sure exactly if it was a breakdown, but I just know she needed a mental health break, right? So she opened up and talked about how she was in that abusive relationship at the age of 22 and how she never dealt with it. And when she had all of that time to herself to do nothing but sit, and she couldn't keep herself busy, that's when all of those feelings started to come up for her during the pandemic and stuff. Like, it just made me think about a lot of people and how they handled the pandemic and what was some of the things that they went through. Because I know for myself, I think it was like at some point in 2020 or early 2021, y'all, I kid y'all no lie, I just started crying out of nowhere. And to this day, I still do not know. My man was just trying to console me, like, baby, what's wrong? What's going on? What's da? And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm just a crying. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, something to come to me and it'll click and it'll be like, oh, that's probably why. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I have an idea of what it was, but I'm probably like, not probably, more than likely, I'm denying it. Like, I don't think it had nothing to do with that, because that was just so far away. But you just never know, because this lady is just now dealing with some stuff um from when she was 22 back during the pandemic, so I can just imagine what everybody was going through, at their own times and stuff, dealing with all of that. But anywho, she's better now, so that's awesome. She's better. She said she needed that break, so she's glad she had the opportunity to get that break. So now she's in a much, much better place now. So kudos to her. Shout out to her. Glad that she's in a better place. Okay, now Sheree, let me clear my throat so we could talk, girl. Sheree and Bravo, come to the front. Sheree knows Whitfield, come to the front, please. Sheree knows Whitfield, come to the front. Bravo, please come to the front. Andy Cohen, truly original. Have a seat. What the fuck was this link up for? What the fuck was the purpose of this link up? Why the fuck did y'all waste people's time, but you cropped out Miss Damn Cynthia? You want to talk about OG, but you cropped out Cynthia. What the fuck did y'all bring this to us for? Huh? It seemed like y'all filmed more stuff when Sheree went to the girls and told them, hey, I'm inviting you guys to Portugal. Y'all could have just added those clips in. But why the fuck did you think that we needed Kim, Lisa Wu, and Deshawn? Now, Deshawn came in there looking fine and said, and I'm going to give it to her. I said, oh, Deshawn, you better work. She said, I'm showing up for camera time. I'm showing up for camera time on today. Okay. Lisa Wu showed up. She was cute. Kim came in lackluster, wasn't interested, don't care for her. She don't like them. She don't watch their show. She don't support them, but she wants the opportunity to be a part of the show. A opportunity that I do not believe that she should be granted. I don't give a damn what she got going on in her life. Okay. Now, Bravo brought in these OGs, I kind of feel, to test the waters, because it kind of seemed like when the lady started to show up, Sheree was surprised, especially with Deshawn. It was a surprise of, oh, not so much as you look great. It was a surprise of, oh, I didn't know you were coming type thing. So I just feel like this was a scheme that Bravo set up to come to us viewers with the BS. And I also feel like it was a scene of sock it to me. Okay, sock it to you like you want to. Ooh. It was giving sock it to Nene just a bit. That we bring it back to OGs, but we not bringing back you. The ladies that you came into the show with originally, it's giving sock it to them teas. I don't like that. Right? But this is what they gave us, so we gonna talk about it. All right. So the ladies talk about divorce. Okay. After being on the show briefly, we do know that Deshawn ended up getting a divorce, and I think that she was caught off guard. She wasn't expecting that. Lisa Wu got a divorce, and Ed filed for the divorce before her because he was trying to beat her to it. Girl, we already know Ed Hartwell ain't worth about nothing based on how he did Miss Rudy. Okay, Miss Rudy meaning Keisha Knight Pulliam. I think they was together for a short period of time. Ended up getting married real quick. She got pregnant. And I feel like when she got pregnant was when he jumped ship. And then I think he divorced her or something, but he definitely left her. I remember that, and I hated that, but she's found her man. So shout out to Brad James. And, they have a beautiful little boy, that she just had not too long ago. So shout out to them. She done got her happy for the most part. So yeah. And Lisa Wu said that she's dating as well. She got a special somebody. Meanwhile, Deshawn is saying she out here still dating and stuff like that. So yeah, when it comes to Kim, though, Kim full of shit. Of course, she talked about Croy, saying something about he had a vasectomy, talk about how they've been doing great. They've been together for 11 years. One thing about Wig, she gonna lie. One thing about Wig, she gonna put up a front. One thing about Wig, she be so quick to talk about others, but she really can't handle that mirror that's standing in her damn face. And that was so funny to me when all of this tea came out about her divorce. And then when Lisa Wu brought up the fact that her house was being foreclosed on or something, um Kim, I can't remember what Kim said. I think Kim said, I spent all of this or that on this house. You really think that I'm going to let it go for a few dollars or something, she said. But then she said also, that was a blog that reported on that. It wasn't like it was TMZ. And I'm like, well, girl, I don't think it took TMZ long to report on it themselves. So what are you saying? What are you saying, girl? It's still giving facade. Okay, wigs and facade is what it's giving. But I think they started talking about a trip. Sheree was talking about how she invited the ladies on a trip, and it seems like I'm like, okay, Sheree said we need to take a girls trip or something. So I'm like, are you trying to say a few things here? Are you inviting them on this all cash trip? Because I know you lying about that, right? Hopefully you are. But when you said a girls trip, it also makes me question, is Bravo about to do an OG housewife girls trip with the OGs? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with a lot of the ladies from Atlanta, Sheree, Deshawn, Lisa Wu, Kim. I feel like if y'all don't throw Nene no other bone, at least give her that one. But we know that y'all not, so that's dead. Well, y'all have to find somebody else, I guess. But anywho, I hope that she was not talking about their trip to Portugal, but it now makes sense that it now makes sense for me why Bravo created this to come to us with the BS, because they might be trying to do some type of OG spinoff. Not spinoff, I'm sorry, OG girls trip or something. But anywho, so when Kim started asking who all was going on the Portugal trip, she started naming people. She said something about Kenya, and she said, Kenya, that bitch still alive. You can't talk about the kids though. You can't, girl, you still on that. You still on that when your kid was over there trying to say that Nene had a roach in her house or whatever the case was, girl. You still talking about that, really? And you talk about the BITCH is still alive. Yeah, ho, she's still alive on a show that you trying to be a part of because yours is canceled, bitch. How about that? You still trying to get onto their show. And you talk about, is she alive? Very much so alive and well, ho. Girl, I can't take Kim. I don't give a damn. I just can't. Then she over there talking about Kandi. So she says, I saw Kandi. I saw her at Porsha's wedding. And, she came over and, she had hugged me or whatever like that. And then Sheree said, okay, so then y'all beef is good. Like y'all settled it. She's like, well, I ain't say I settled the beef, bitch. I ain't say that we good. And then Lisa Wu was like, well, what did you do? And she says, oh, I just sang the song, that went viral. And I'm like, and bitch, it was either produced, written, created by Kandi or all of the above. It was either produced, written, created, or all of the above by Kandi, BITCH. And you ran with that lady's song and thought that you wasn't finna pay that lady, and you mad that she flexed up on your ass for her motherfucking coin, hoe. That's what that is. That's what that, and Kandi wanted you to pay her. And I can't remember if Kandi got her money. I always thought she got it, but I'm not necessarily sure if she did. But Kandi, let me tell you something. And let me tell you my motherfucking problem with you. Okay? And make sure you hear me loud and clear. You over there mad at Sonya, bothered with Sonya about her leaving you off of a damn cast list. But you over here, okay, doing your own fucking cast list when somebody asks you and you say, I wouldn't mind having Kim Zolciak back because she speaks her mind. But then the bitch over here speaking her mind about how she still got an issue and still got beef with you. Are you okay? Are you okay? So I don't even think your energy need to be focused on Sonya. For real, you need to focus on Kim and make sure they don't bring her dog ass back. Because she definitely will try to sit up there and create some unnecessary ass beef like Marlo has. Hello? Just to get back. So you need to be careful. I wouldn't mind having Kim back on the show. Because, Kim, she speaks her mind. Why is you throwing this hoe a bone and this hoe ain't throwing you none? She didn't even want to throw you the cash when she should have so she could pay for that damn song you helped her on. Excuse me? No, ma'am. That's the bone that I have to pick with you, Kandi. That's my problem. With you. All right? But anywho, let's see what else ended up happening. I feel like that was pretty much it. That was like my main thing. Another thing I did want to highlight though was Sheree sitting up there calling Kim her friend, and she opening up about her fibroids and stuff. Meanwhile, Kim over there looking at a damn purse, asking about what a purse is. And I said, but that's your friend though. You over there confiding in her about what you dealing with your fibroids and all of that. And she don't give a damn about that. She's more into the materialistic shit. And that's who you want to bring on the show? Yikes. Make it make sense, girl. I think that was pretty much it. I think that was it. Everything that happened in this scene. So, girl, whatever. Let's get to Mommy Nation. So Sonya over there getting her hair done by her sister, who is pissed the hell off with Sonya. And then the gag was the sister is not camera ready. So she kind of brings that up to Sonya and lets her know that, because she's like, girl, basically, when she tells her, like, you didn't tell me your schedule and that I needed to do your hair, I also feel like she's letting her know, like, you didn't even let me know you was going to be filming today for me to be standing up here doing your damn hair. I ain't even where I need to be at. And you got me over here helping you. So basically, Sonya knows that she's done a poor job at communicating with her. And I was with her sister on that. Like, you pulling and you stretching yourself thin like Kandi. The only difference is you're not communicating right and you ain't got nobody helping you. So that could be one of the issues, because the assistant quit, but she doesn't even have a scheduler. Somebody that'll at least take down, hey, just make a note of all of these things. This is all what I got going on, whatever. Like, she ain't even got no type of assistant in that area to keep her on task with her timing so that she can properly go back and communicate to her sister. So I do feel like just as much as Sonya's family take advantage of her and living with her and occupy all of her space and leveraging her celebrity, I feel like she takes advantage of them as well. And the sister pretty much displayed that. And I was here for her. The sister had a great point. That lady was like, I'm a mama too. Girl, I'm a wife and I got to see after your child. Okay. And you got me up here early. You don't know what I had planned on my schedule for the day. You just automatically assume that I'm going to do it. Like, I'm just going to do your hair for you because that's what I always do. And yeah, I am going to figure it out because you are a bit of a priority. But at the same time, take me into consideration and the things that I have going on as well. Because I am a mom and a wife. I don't know what my husband he probably finna go do something, or at least you don't know what my husband has going on that he needs to go do to where I need to be with our kids. But you need me to do your hair. Like, so I definitely felt the sister on that. And Sonya started crying because she knew she was wrong for not properly communicating with her sister. She knew she was wrong as hell. But also, I think Sonya was crying because she was just overwhelmed with the event and getting everything organized and having to have this straightened out and do this and do that and all. So I think she was just overwhelmed with emotions because of that. She's been so focused on Mommy Nation that she didn't have the time to properly let her sister know and stuff. And she having to do a lot of stuff, I'm sure, not on her own, but she's taking care of a good bit of her own work, I would think, because she no longer has that assistant. And it's like, girl, not y'all got me over here being Team Sonya this episode, girl. Girl, what the hell? But anyway, I was not with her on the sister situation, but I can understand and see how she could have possibly overlooked and not properly communicated, right? And speaking of poor communication, let's talk about Kenya Moore, who, in my personal opinion, was disrespectful as hell. Because Kenya was late as fuck to this lady's event. And I understand whether you care for her, whether you don't care for her like that. It's the fact that you accepted to do a job. So do it properly. Why are the guests getting there before you? Why is that? Why are the guests getting there before you, girl? You late as fuck. You an hour and some late. Then you talking about you had a lot going on. You some with your makeup, some with your hair, and then you bring in somebody. And that was the other thing. It was like, can you answer the question about why you late? It's really giving that you deflected a little bit talking about how you bring in a guest, and somebody said that you wouldn't be seen with your guest, and then Sonya texts her. She said, I'm just a little thrown off. I don't want to be away from my guest and this and that. And it really shouldn't have been a big deal. Kenya definitely should have been able to sit with her guest, like, period. Like, based on how the setup was, she didn't need to be at the table with the lady. So I'm glad they figured it out. But Kenya, you still late. And when you did show up, you showed up looking horribly late. It wasn't even giving fashionably late. It was giving horribly late because the dress you had on was ugly as fuck. I don't care what nobody said. I didn't understand the knee-high boots. It was not giving. All of the time you spent on your hair, it looked like it was thrown together. They just threw it up there, put some pins in it. Let's go. We rush it. Like it. You look exactly. You looked as you came, late as hell. Like that's how your look was late, and I hate it. Like it just was not giving what I would have expected from the Kenya Moore. Not that time. I was just like, Kenya, girl, you look a fucking mess in comparison to what the other ladies had on. Girl, it was giving classy based lunch or brunch. Okay, classy based event, and then you brought a little bit of girl, I ain't gonna say hookerish, but you brought a little something extra that we was not going for this particular mommy event as a mom. Okay, so I was not feeling it. Ain't nobody for change my mind on that. She did do her job though. She did get Miss Girl some coin, honey. I'm just letting y'all know she did get Miss Girl some coin. But before she got Miss Girl these coins, right? Sonya was giving away mommy awards. And one of the awards she gave away was to Sheree. And she had Cairo presented. Now, this was interesting to me because I was kind of like, Sonya, why you ain't give awards out to the other ladies that were there? Why you out there buying friendship, giving niggas awards and stuff? Why you ain't give awards to the other moms that were sitting there like Kandi and Drew and Mayetta and who the hell ever is else? Even if you would have did Kenya, Kandi, and Drew, that would have been enough. But why you ain't give awards to everybody else? You over there giving awards to somebody that didn't even want to donate $5,000 to your function after just winning an award from you. But you out here buying friendships by gifting awards. Are you okay? Are you okay? I don't know if Sonya is a pick me or she just wants to try and work on fostering better friendships or something. Because I mean, you did try that thing with traveling from, Georgia to Alabama. You was gonna go back to Georgia, then go back to Alabama. Girl, Kenya would never get that much out of me. Girl, what? And then now you over here gifting Sheree a gift. What who you finna give some to next? What you finna give Marlo? The same woman that barely wanted to give $5,000 as much as she likes to sit up there and complain about different stuff, or shall I say not complain, but brag about different shit that she has. You over there doing all that bragging, but you still living in a townhome. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how expensive the townhome is. Girl, it's giving townhome, but you was supposed to be building a house. So if you couldn't build that house like Carly Red could over there on Love and Hip Hop, why you just ain't go buy a house in the neighborhood? What's going on? Because you got the coin, don't you? Big mouth. Okay, what's up? Big mouth, big talk, big game. What's going on? What's going on while you still staying in that townhouse around? That probably cost half a million, only 500K. Hmm? Why you? What's going on? You always talk about the designer that you're wearing, honey. And you always talking about the different rooms that you're in that the other ladies can't get in, but you were in a room with the ladies and barely wanted to give up 5 racks. Are you okay? What's going on, girl? What's going on? But did y'all catch when they were talking about when Kenya said, "Oh, it's 50,000 at this table right here"? So when they did the math and divided everything up, I think it was like 9,000 or 7,000 or whatever it was. And then Kandi asked Drew if she had her money. Drew didn't respond. Drew said, "You got your money, Kandi? You got your money? Do you got your money?" I said, "Baby, Drew ain't got that money. And if she do got that money, she ain't for to give that money. That's what it's giving." Hello? And I don't blame Drew because I don't fuck with Sonya like that. I just was nice coming to the event. I know this hoe don't like me. So why would I give her anything? No, ma'am. Girl, you don't like me for real. This would have been a great opportunity if you wanted to actually forge a better friendship with me for you to give me. Hello, a damn Mommy Nation Award, knowing everything I go through with my raggedy ass husband. Knowing everything I go through with this man and being a mom of the 3 kids and knowing how I had to deal with the whole co-parenting situation and my son's dad wanted to come back in his life and all of that. Girl, bitch, I think I should get an award too. Meanwhile, Sheree around here toting these grown ass fucking kids. Girl, what? And just because she had a grandbaby, she deserves to get an award? Bitch, no. Uh-uh. You should have gave me a little piece of something for real. But anyway, so Kenya does get up there and she hosts the event for Sonya. Sonya said she was trying to only raise $50,000, but she actually ended up raising $78,000. Shout out to Kenya for hosting. Gave her more. Kenya was aiming for 100,000, and I'm with her on that. And she could have. She about was almost there. Okay, that was almost there, but 78,000 is great. And I'm sure for the other what's that? 22,000, maybe. I think, I don't know, don't quote me. The remaining balance, whatever it is, I'm sure Sonya may be able to go around and get donations from bigger corporations to pour into, if this is a nonprofit organization, pour into it so that she can get that 100,000 and she can go out and be able to help even more moms and families or whatever the case is. So I think that was dope. I have not seen the after show, so I'll have to check out the after show to really see what the ladies were talking about and how everything played out. Okay, I'm glad that they're back to doing the after show because I don't know, I like it. I like to get the the additional deets or whatever. So I'm gonna hop over there and check it out and see what they're talking about. But that's really the review. That's everything that I had to talk about when it came down to Real Housewives of Atlanta. So you guys go ahead, hop down, let me know your thoughts about everything that we just talked about. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Threads at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.